Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Reggie Pegues, prosperingdad.com, and we're continuing this morning with the You Are Worthy broadcast. And as always, if you're watching me on YouTube, this started off as a Facebook Live. So I want you guys to indulge me as people come on, that I acknowledge them in real time. As you come on, just type in the comments and let me know where you're viewing me from so I can say good morning, okay? You can see it today in the title today that we're going to talk about we don't have to do anything. We get to do everything. What's the difference? Good morning, Louise Pegues. Good morning. So glad that you could join today. So, let me start off first by wishing you guys a happy Monday. Maybe you're off today because it's President's Day. My daughter's off this week. So that kind of gives me a little flexibility in my schedule, but I continue to be on time and be on schedule. Good morning, Kimberly Clark. Thank you for joining. So like I said, today the title we're going to talk about you don't have to do anything. We get to do everything, and what's the difference? Good morning, Deborah Shirley Pegues. Good morning. So glad to see you. I think you're a first-time viewer. So let me start off by asking you a question. How many times have you said, I have to do something? I have to get up this morning. I have to take care of my kids. I have to go to work. How often have you said that to yourself? If you're like me, I'm sure it's been many, 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 many times. But as we've already established in this series that our words have power, we have to understand that our thoughts are things. Our thoughts. Derek Mayo, good morning. Thank you for joining. First time viewer, but lifelong friend. Good to see you. So many times, oftentimes, a plethora of times, we've said, I have to do this and I have to do that. But in reality, we forget the fact that life is a privilege. Life is a privilege. Every morning that we get up, it's a privilege. We don't have to do anything. We get to do everything. I want that to seep in for a second. We don't have to do anything. We get to do. We get to live. We get to wake up. We get to take care of our families. We get to go to work. Because realistically, we do have a choice. We have an alternative. You can go someplace and just sit down. Just sit down. Just don't do anything. Just go someplace and sit down. You don't even have to breathe if you choose not to. Good morning, Renee Burke. Good morning. You don't even have to breathe if you don't want to. It's a privilege. It's a choice. Too often do we see, or we may even experience ourselves, we go through life like it's an accident. But you're not an accident. You're worthy. You have a purpose. Every day that you get up, there's something that you need to do. You may not be in the best physical health, but if you're here, there's still something for you to do. You may not be in the best financial situation, but good morning, Rhonda Span, my dear friend. Thank you for joining. You may be in a space where you're not where you want to be financially. Pam Jackson, good morning. You may not be where you want to be financially, but you have a purpose. We all have a purpose each and every day. So we don't have to do anything. You don't have to brush your teeth. You don't have to take a shower. You don't have to eat. You get to do these things. And we got to understand that life is a privilege. It's a privilege. It's a gift. But we so oftentimes don't treat the gift with the reverence and the respect that it's due. Oftentimes we take it for granted. Oftentimes we may act like we're supposed to. But you don't have to do anything. You get to do everything. When you realize that and you start turning it around, it takes on a different flavor. I'll give you an example. I'll share a little quick story with you guys. For years, I prayed fervently. I prayed for two things. I wanted to stop working a regular job, and I wanted to be available for my daughter whenever she needed me. I didn't want to have the constraints and the restrictions, because when I worked a regular job, you know, and you guys, I know many of you probably are parents, and you know when you had that job and your child had that special event and you had to choose to call in or use a sick day or lie about, you know, why you couldn't come to work. And Kimberly Ward, good morning. Thank you for joining. You had to lie about going to work and you know, it just didn't give to me. It didn't give me a good feeling that I couldn't just be honest and say, listen, my daughter has something that's important to me because she's important to me because she's my child, and I want to attend that. And I just hated having to lie to my employer about where I was going, or even feeling that I had to explain to somebody why I wanted to be with my child, as opposed to, you know, trading my valuable time for a paycheck. You know, so fast forwarding, you know, God answered my prayers. He answered my prayers. He created a situation where I was able to leave the workforce, and I was able to be available to my daughter. I get to take her to school every day. I don't have to, you know, but I get to take her to school every day. I get to pick her up every day. But there was this, in the beginning, there was this one particular situation where she was having a performance on the weekend, and I caught myself saying, I have to get up tomorrow morning. I have to take her to her performance. I have to. And God gave me a reminder. He said, hold on, wait a second. You're talking about you have to. You have to. Wait a minute, didn't you pray for this? Didn't you ask me to deliver you from the workspace so you can be available for your daughter? He said, no, you don't have to do anything. You didn't have to get up this morning. You didn't have to be in a warm place in your house. You didn't have to have food. You didn't have to have a shower. You didn't even have to breathe this morning. You don't have to take her. You get to take her. And when I realized that revelation, it was just so powerful. It was so powerful. And I just realized that I had to share that with people, because too many people, you know, think about yourself. Think about people that you're around. Think about conversations that you get to overhear. How many times you hear people say, I have to go to work? You don't have to go to work. But there are consequences if you don't go to work. I have to take care of my children. Well, who's supposed to take care of your children? They're your children. You know, if you're getting any value out of this, let me get some thumbs, or let me drop a 1 in the comments. You know, drop a 1 in the comments. Let me know that you're getting some value out of this. So it's a privilege. It's a privilege, guys. It's a privilege that we get to do the things that we want to do. We may not be in the best health. We may not feel the greatest. We may not be where we want to be. We may not have what we want to have. But there again, that's the result of whatever we see in our life, are the results of the thoughts that we have. But here's the wonderful thing. You have the power to change whatever your situation is. You have the power to shape your outcomes. You have the power to do whatever it is you want to do. Stop living your life like it's an accident, because it's not. It's a gift. It's a privilege. You get to do these things. You get to experience. Somebody didn't get that opportunity today. Somebody today isn't here. Somebody is out there that, regardless of how you might perceive your life, would trade places with you in a split second. Take that into account. Think about that. Be aware of that. Understand the power of that. You guys, you are worthy. You are so worthy. You are worthy of creating the life that God wants you to have. God is not a God of lack. He's not a God of you know, not enough. That's not who your creator is. And if you don't believe in God, for me, that it's God. You know, for you, it could be Jehovah. For you, it could be whatever it is. But whatever that thing that you realize, or hopefully recognize, that is beyond you, that you didn't get here by yourself, that you're not an accident. You're someone with purpose. You're on this live today for a reason. You're getting this message today for a reason. I wake up each and every day. And you know, this is another thing that I really had to learn to incorporate. I wake up each and every day with such a spirit of gratitude. Such a spirit of gratitude. Because there are people that I love that aren't here anymore. There are people that I watched and you know, again, it's a weird privilege, but I had the privilege of watching, you know, them go from being a vibrant person to watching the light of their life be snuffed out by cancer or sicknesses or, you know, just traumatic stuff. But I, you know, in a weird way, I thank God that he allowed me to be part of those circumstances, because it gave me something to testify to. It gave me something that when that situation or that next person comes across our path, because see, oftentimes the things that we experience, they're really not for us. They're not for us. We may have to go through it, but they're not for us. They're actually for that next person that God's going to send across our path, so we can better serve them and we can connect with their situation, because we have prior experience as to what it may be that they're going through. So, you know, again, to recap, I want you guys to understand we don't have to do anything. We get to do everything. And I just basically shared with you some of the differences. So as you go through today, and as you go through, you know, just every day, think about it. The next time you catch yourself saying, well, I have to do this, I have to go to the store, I have to go. You don't have to do anything. You can just go someplace, find a empty space or whatever, just sit down and just stay there until you no longer exist. Everything that we get to do is a privilege. Appreciate everything. Have gratitude about everything. When I get to catch the bus one time with my daughter and I make my connections, I'm all through the whole process. Thank you, God. You know, and that's just me. Thank you. I'm just grateful for everything. The fact that I can, you know, come into a place and I have a key. Think about that. You know how many people don't have it? There's so many millions of people that don't have a key to a door that they can put into a lock to turn open and go inside a safe, warm, comfortable dwelling. You know how many people don't have that? But yet and still we take it for granted. You might not be driving the car that you want to drive, but you have a car. You have a car. You have money to put gasoline in that car. You have money to have cable and cell phones. You're watching me on your cell phone or whatever device that you know, you have. That's a privilege. So go throughout the day for everything. Be grateful for life. Be grateful for breathing. Be grateful that you can move. You might be in a little pain, but be grateful that you can feel it. Be grateful that you can talk. Be grateful that you can see, that you can hear, that you can reason, you can understand, that you can think, you can articulate, you can verbalize. Be grateful. Be grateful. You know, and appreciate the choice. That's the last point I'm going to leave with you today. Appreciate the choice. Appreciate the fact that you have choices. There are a lot of people who would love to simply have choices. Just simply have choices. We have choice. Because of my prayers and just focused and what I was able to attract to myself, I get up every day. Because Sundays, today's Monday, on Sunday, I get up, you know, and I don't get that knot. I know if you're still in the workspace, I know some of you guys experience this. You know that knot you start getting in your stomach when you start seeing the sun go down on Sunday? Because you know that you got to go to this job that you really don't want to be at? That's been removed from my life, and I'm so grateful. So I want you guys to get this. You don't have to do anything. You get to do everything. And I just shared with you a few of the differences. As always, go over to my YouTube channel, Hollis205. Like this video. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button there. So when I upload new content, you'll be the first one to receive it. Hit the notification button here, particularly for my You Are Worthy broadcast, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Hit the notification so you know when I come on. Like and share this video because somebody needs this word today. Help me to get this message out. Like and share this video because somebody needs this word today. Put it on your timeline, and let's help some people today. Okay? On that note, I want you guys to know that you are worthy. You're worthy to have the life that you want. You're worthy to have the outcomes that you want. You're worthy to create the things that you desire. But you have to start with taking 100% responsibility for self. Be aware at all times. Be grateful. Okay? Always have a spirit of gratitude each and every day for everything that you experience throughout the course of the day, good and bad. All right? On that note, I want you guys to have a great day. Happy Monday. If you're off today, great. Make the most of it. Go out and serve somebody. And I will see you guys Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you real soon.